Welcome back to the Unknown Origins podcast, the show where we are watching all of Pokemon starting from the beginning and going all the way to the current stuff. My name is DevBrev, one of your hosts, and with me I have my other co-host. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Ben if you haven't met me yet. Hello, I'm the other co-host. This is our Unknown Origins podcast, and we're going to have some fun today.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fun episode. We're going to start off with a very, very memorable episode for a lot of people.
Yes, extremely. I know we've talked about it before. I didn't obviously grow up when they were coming out. I do remember a lot of the first, Indigo League episodes. This is one of the ones I remember very well from when I was a kid.
Weirdly enough, I actually don't remember watching this episode. I don't really remember watching the first episode that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Before. I definitely ran into it before, but I don't have a specific memory about it.
That's fair. The first and the last one we're talking about today, I remember really well. Obviously, the last one's because of one of my favorite Pokemon.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
I have a specific memory of the middle one, weirdly enough.
Weirdly? Okay, so we got it all covered between the two of us. We're good.
Yeah, we got it. All right, so we're not going to bury the lead anymore. We're just going to go right in to episode 20, going off of our list here. It's a little wonky because of band stuff, but episode 20, titled Bye Bye Butterfree, was released August 19th, 1997 in Japan, and October 5th, 1998 in English. And so, Ben, we're going to do our favorite segment here, where I am going to ask you, who was that Pokemon in the Who Is That Pokemon segment?
That's fair. I mean, going with the title of the episode, I feel like there weren't a lot of other Pokemon that were really featured in this.
I can think of, 2.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
If you don't include Pikachu and Meowth,
right.
who are in every episode,
what other one?
There's one Pokemon.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Butterfree.
It is Butterfree,
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. There are a lot of Butterfree in this episode, and it's kind of a final goodbye, so it makes sense that they would be the featured Pokemon in this.
And we've skirted around talking about this episode the entire podcast duration.
Yeah, because it's memorable. It's one of the ones that people think of when they think of the Indigo League. I mean, it brought a lot of emotion out for a lot of people. It is a sad episode, but it's memorable.
Yeah, when we did the Squirtle Squad episode, we were like, this might be the most memorable episode ever. And then I think I said something like, there's one more.
Yeah.
Bye Bye Butterfree.
This is the one you were talking about. That makes sense. That really makes sense. I do remember this one really well. I think so far, this is the one I remember the best from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Although the Dragonite at the Light Tower is also...
Big Dragonite.
Big Dragonite.
We might have also brought it up during Big Dragonite.
We probably did.
So, let's get right into what actually happens in the episode, more than just the end bit. So, at the top of the episode, the next gym the gang is going to is in Saffron City. This is the incorrect order from the games. Ben,
This
you want to
is
go ahead
the
and
incorrect order.
explain how the game is actually to be played out?
So typically, we've got the first 3 badges in the right order. That's correct. But after this, I believe it's Erica.
Yes.
And then Koga, and then Sabrina.
Yes, but you can do Koga and Sabrina in any order.
Correct. You can do Erica as well.
Skips.
Yeah. Technically, you can get to the league with only 3 badges. It's weird how it works and all that. There are some glitches involved if you want to go all out on it. But you can get to the Pokemon League with only 3 badges.
So then what's Ash doing?
Who knows, man? He can't get in. He's got to get past the guards, so he's got to get the badges. Unless they sneak in, then do it that way.
But yeah, we were talking when we were watching the episodes because I was looking through and I saw the thumbnails of the Pokemon episodes and it was Alakazam, Kadabra, Gengar, and stuff. I was like,
wait a minute.
Should the next thing be Erica? And then it's I can't find her. It's the episodes we just watched, right into Sabrina. I was like, what are we doing? And so we looked up the map of Kanto. And so
that was fun.
It's a cross with Saffron City right in the middle. Yeah. Right above it is Cerulean. Right under it is Vermilion, yes. So you go from Cerulean down Vermilion under Saffron in the games through that tunnel.
Because the guards won't let you in because there's a bunch of stuff going on with Team Rocket and the...
It's Silph Co.
Silph Co, yes. I forgot that last time too. I don't know why I just can't
Ash and the gang somehow circumvented it by like going a weird way because Ash doesn't know how to take directions.
Of course.
So they completely went around Saffron City some way, ended up down in Vermilion, and then they got on the St. Anne. We're gonna get into that. I just have to get through this tangent, then we'll get to the St. Anne and all that stuff. And then they go on the St. Anne, and they're supposed to go up into Saffron, which is on it's on the west side of Saffron. But they crash before they can get there. And so then they end up somewhere in the coast, and Porta Vista must be like to the southwest to Saffron, sort of in between Vermilion and Celadon. I feel like a weather person. If I had a green screen, we talked about doing the green screen, we should have done it. I'm just trying to like visualize it for the audio, for the video people.
Yeah.
And so they must have ended up like somewhere here and then did a diagonal up towards Saffron.
Maybe if Ash and the gang had gone the right way, things would have ended up better for Porygon, and he wouldn't have his banned episodes, right? You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I just had to throw that comment in there. Sorry.
Okay, anyway, about the St. Anne.
Oh, God,
we were wondering, why is this dang boat called the St. Anne? And we have discovered
translation issues.
It like barely, because the SSN, as welcome to Voice Crack City, my name's Devon, I'm the mayor.
Hi, Devon.
The SSN, as we know it, is only called that in two things. That is the English translation of the games and the English manga translation of the game. The English manga translation of the Japanese manga. Yeah. Which weird that it's only like those things. Yeah. But and then we went into like looking at like why boats are called what they're called. SS, by the way, means like steamship.
Yeah, any like steam powered vessel.
It's just SS. And so that's why they changed it to SS. But I don't know why they were like, no, can't be Saint, in only the games and the manga. But the anime was like, we're keeping it Saint.
Well, as we've seen before, though, like the anime is okay with portraying religion and saint, so it could be something to do with that. I mean, we've had the crucifixes, we've had Brock talking about Noah, randomly, but
right
maybe
after
they were,
the St. Anne thing.
Yeah, so maybe they were less scared of using that kind of stuff at this time. I know that changes over time, but yeah, I don't know. It is weird that it's just the manga and the games. It's not the anime too.
Like everything in English is calling it the same, but we have one thing that's like Saint.
Yep.
And as far as we know, everything in Japanese says Saint Anne.
Yeah. It's just a random little tidbit. It really confused the hell out of us, but it's all good. We made up for it. We talked about it.
Yep. All right. So on the way to Saffron City, the gang stumbles upon the Butterfree mating season. And the gang rents a big hot air balloon and they head off to this big herd of Butterfree that are flying away.
Yeah, it's a very, very pretty to see all the Butterfrees.
I almost said butterfly earlier. Ben, what do you know about butterfly mating habits? Specifically of monarch butterflies.
Not a lot. I know they migrate once a year.
Yeah, but yes, monarch butterflies do in fact migrate.
Yeah.
Especially in like the North American continent, like down in Mexico is where they stay for like the winter, and then they go up into like Canada and like New York if they're on like the East Coast. Like Florida up into like New York, and then on the West Coast in like California they go up into like
You're
Oregon.
Doing your weatherman again.
Yeah, I'm doing the weatherman thing again.
But yeah, that's fair. I knew they migrate. I wasn't sure exactly where, but I knew they did leave the US.
It's like geese, essentially.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, and it's cool that they kind of take inspiration from like the real life animals that these are based on too, to like throw that into the story, make a little more sense of it. It's neat. The
Butterfree are migrating because they're going to go lay their eggs somewhere else, even though eggs do not exist yet.
I was going to say, Devon, it's Gen 1. Eggs don't exist.
How are they mating? Like, they can't do that.
It's funny because in the games, Professor Elm is like so adamant about like, this is the first time anyone has seen a Pokemon egg. But in the anime, they're just like, yeah, the Butterfree had the eggs. There's no problem here. What do you mean? So it's weird how it contradicts, but who knows?
Yeah, again, that's more just like random, the anime's doing whatever it wants.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah. So Ash and the gang are up in this the hot air balloon, And then Ash sends out his Butterfree to go and mingle. And then much like me and Brock, Butterfree isn't having much success.
No, he's not. I also am very curious as to how Brock knows how to fly a hot air balloon randomly. Like, that's just a skill that he has.
Yeah, he's just like going. Also, where did they get this hot air balloon?
Well, they talk
They're
about
in the
it.
middle of nowhere.
They
man.
talk about it a little bit later that all of the trainers had like rented the balloons.
Yeah, and they
so it's a little bit of like an event there, but they were there like last minute randomly. Like there wouldn't have been
we
any
don't
left.
see a stall. Like they just throw it in. It'd be like if I was reading like a comic drawn by Jack Kirby, and written by Stan Lee, and then Jack was just like, okay, and then they're here, and then they're in a hot air balloon, and then there's like a little space, and then Stan is just like. And then the heroes, they rented the balloon. And then Thing says, good thing we rented that balloon, eh, Stretcho?
Yeah.
Because Jack was just like, I'm not going to draw them buying a hot air balloon. I'm just going to draw them in the hot air balloon. It says, well, I got to explain how they got the hot air balloon. So I got to put a one balloon to explain how they got in the hot air balloon. And I got all this space I got to fill.
That's fair. I didn't think about that, but
so
right.
Through off-camera magic, they get in this hot air balloon. Everyone's up there. They're all having fun with their Butterfree, except for Butterfree, who cannot catch a girl
find a
to
mate.
save his life.
Yeah, me too, man.
I know, man. Like Brock is like so sympathetic this episode.
Oh yeah,
like to Butterfree and also to me and
Butterfree
the audience.
Is living his best life, trying to do his thing, trying to get it on.
He's doing mating dances and like it's just not working.
It's not working for him. And Brock knows how that feels. He's been after every Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy
and all that.
And
even a trainer
else.
in the episode. Like you see her throw her Butterfree out, and Brock sees this girl, and he's like Butterfree, that one over there. Like Brock just wants Butterfree as his wingman.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Which, I mean, Butterfree's not having any luck. Why not help a brother out?
He's got great wings.
Yeah.
So Butterfree sees a pink Butterfree that I will be nicknaming Pinky for the rest of this podcast.
That works.
And Butterfree does his courtship dance, but it's not very effective. And Butterfree gets full-on slapped by Pinky.
Yeah, like, that was aggressive, too. That was, like, not...
Like, what did he do? What did he say?
He really said something wrong, whatever it was.
Hey, girl, my trainer told me to take out the trash, so, what are you doing Saturday night? Ben, what's your worst pickup line?
Oh, God.
Please keep it slightly appropriate for the podcast.
Oh, God. I think one of my favorites is, it's stupid, but hey girl, are those space pants? Because that ass is out of this world. It's stupid.
I've never heard that one.
You've never heard that
No.
one? I've been using, okay, not actually using it, but like I've been saying that as a joke since I was like 12.
Why are you single, Ben?
There are a lot of reasons for that, actually. We're not going to get into that on the Pokemon podcast.
Yeah, not on this one.
Not on this one.
Not on this one. Maybe later. Maybe we'll come to an episode where like we don't have anything else going on.
Okay.
And it's like, well, we gotta fill time some way. So the saddest part of this episode is Butterfree being sad over this rejection.
Yeah.
Like my guy is tearing up.
He's just trying his best. And she is not reciprocating.
Ash lands the hot air balloon, and everyone's, sympathizing with Butterfree. They're all giving him advice. They're trying to help him out.
Misty is like hardcore relating like the love game to battling too. It's really weird for a second there.
And then Misty has like the weirdest line ever, where she says the word weak, but she does like an impression of Butterfree, because Butterfree goes like, free.
Yeah.
And she's like, you don't want to look weak? In front of like her head even like tilts to the side. It was like, what is
really
happening?
Weird. It was really weird. But
And
then they try to pimp him out a little bit. They give him the little scarf
handkerchief.
and like it's really cute.
And then they're like, come on, Butterfree, you just gotta have confidence. And it's like the amount of times I've heard that one.
Oh, me too. But the scarf kind of reminds me, I know this is like direct, like obviously duh, but it reminds me of the little red scarf you get in Mystery Dungeon. Pokemon. Like your lead Pokemon there just has a little scarf. So it's just cute.
So Team Rocket shows up in a helicopter in an attempt to steal all of the Butterfree with a big net.
And they have a banner that has little like chibi versions of their heads on it too. It's really cute. For a second, that's the first thing I was drawn to. I'm like, oh look.
I was drawn to the fact that for the last couple episodes, Team Rocket has been talking about how they were broke, and now they have full helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, something had to have happened between there.
Yeah, I think the reason why they were so broke was because They were on the boat crashed, James used all the money to buy the Magikarp, and then they just kept getting dragged along by Ash and the gang, and they didn't have time to actually, like...
Go and cash their paycheck.
Yeah, like, they didn't have time to, like, get to, like, the Rocket Storehouse, or, like, wherever.
That could be.
Or, like, they got into contact with Giovanni, but they didn't, like... ask him to wire the money. And even if he did, I don't know where he would wire it to.
That's true.
They're in the middle of nowhere.
I also find it ironic that everybody else is using the hot air balloons in this one, but Team Rocket isn't, and that's like one of the things that they're known for is the hot air balloons.
We've seen the Meowth balloon once.
Yeah.
That was in episode 2.
Fair. That's fair. I forget that it's so early on that they haven't really done that.
Yeah, it's not as iconic yet. It's just the thing they had that one time. Yeah. And now they're just doing everything else but the Meowth balloon.
Yeah, that's fair. They're trying out, seeing what'll stick, and then eventually they'll realize that, hey, it's hot air balloon.
Butterfree goes after Rocket alone, and he's not doing anything. So Ash tries to send up Pidgeotto, but Misty stops him, saying that Butterfree wants to prove himself.
Yeah. They're also trying to talk to Team Rocket from the hot air balloon.
Yeah.
There is no way they would have heard them over this helicopter.
Yeah, it's like not only do we have like the helicopter runners like going, but also like they're in glass.
Very far out.
And like 100 yards away.
Exactly. So there's no, but Jessie's responding to Ash like she knows exactly what he's saying too. It's just very, very odd.
Yeah.
Very odd.
It's a cartoon, man. Like that stuff's gonna happen.
I know. I'm gonna point it out every time because that's who I am.
Nitpicking is part of the description here on Unknown Origins.
Exactly. That's what we like.
So Ash and the gang chase after Team Rocket, and they chase them to the place where Goku fought Vegeta at the end of the Saiyan saga. And then Team Rocket has caught 100 Butterfrees, and James says, "Isn't it great when a plan actually works?"
That. For some reason, Meowth also, like, he's counting them out, and he goes, 99, Meowth, 100, between each note. It's just very annoying. It's placed in there for no reason.
It's a Japanese thing.
Is it a Japanese
I guarantee you, in the Japanese, it's nya. Because you can just, in Japan, you can just end your sentences with specific, like, words and such. It's also, like, a regional dialect thing, like... what does that girl say in A Love Life Sunshine? How does she end her sentences? She's like a specific way she ends her sentences. I'm like blanking on it now. But like in Takopi's Original Sin, like the little octopus guy ends all the sentences in P.
That's fair. And in ReZero, she ends every sentence with I suppose.
Yeah, it's slightly different, but yeah, it's similar. That's how they're choosing to translate it.
That makes sense.
The girl in Summer Pockets, she ends all of her sentences in Mugyu.
Mugyu.
Like Mugyu. Okay. Or I think that's just like a thing she says. But Meowth is ending his sentences with nya.
Okay.
Because cats say nya.
My cat says a lot of nya.
She says a lot.
She was being so loud today while we were setting up.
She was chatting like you wouldn't believe.
Oh my god, and she's sitting right in the middle of the table.
Not anymore, we moved her. She's in the room.
Her, of course. Yeah. She wouldn't shut up.
But yeah, nya is the onomatopoeia for cats.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm sure Meowth's name has nya. The Japanese name has nya in it.
It's gotta. I don't know what Meowth's name in Japanese is. I know what Clefairy's is.
Pee-pee.
That's the only one I know. Oh.
So the gang shows up, and they do the Team Rocket motto, and they like barely change it. Like they change double to triple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Like,
it's just very...
It's a funny bit.
Yeah.
And like, it's half wasted on this episode because no one remembers it.
Yeah.
But it is a good bit. I did respect it.
No, I get you. I get you.
So Butterfree and Starmie are sent out to fight off Team Rocket, and Butterfree's out freeing the Butterfree by himself, and he's slamming into the net that they're in. And Pinky is falling for Butterfree, it seems like, in this moment.
It does. They also, I just wanted to point this out real quick because music guy, but they use the trainer battle theme here, and I just think it works really, really well at this part of the episode. Yeah. It works really well. But yeah, he's going for that net. I mean, and she's starting to realize like, hey, he's doing all this for me. Like,
pretty cool.
Maybe he's okay, you know? Yeah. Maybe he's a little awkward when he dances, but aside from that, like, he's cool.
Butterfree unleashes the other Butterfree, and then the Team Rocket's trying to get him back. And Butterfree ends up saving Pinky from getting recaptured by James. Pinky's like coming to the Butterfree like, hey, Butterfree, I kind of... And then James like, come here! And then Butterfree gets James out of there.
Yeah.
Pinky's all okay.
Yeah.
And then Rocket goes back after the Butterfree, and Pikachu gives chase on Butterfree's back, and he gives a big thunderbolt to the helicopter, and Team Rocket falls to their deaths.
Yeah, immediately. I mean, they're gone. There's no living that.
They become a blink of light at the bottom of this canyon.
They're dead. We won't see them again, ever. Not for sure in the next
surely
episode.
not the next episode, yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
Pinky does the dance to Butterfree, and then the two embark on the migration at sunset.
Yes.
And here's where we get to the part that everyone remembers as episode 4. And we see a montage of Butterfree with the opening theme playing in the background. And this got me a little bit, Ben.
It did. No, I understand. I looked over and you were a little
misty-eyed.
Misty-eyed. Misty. But no, it did work really well. And I think it's cool to use the OP like in the actual episode.
That was like the most fitting because the words like "it's you and me," it's my destiny. They have it has a specific meaning when you put it on Butterfree and Ash.
Exactly, and it works. I mean, like you said, this is a very iconic episode. This is memorable. People really enjoyed this. Yeah, and for a good reason.
And Ash has a terrible day for raid moment. And Pikachu is straight up crying.
Poor thing.
And Brock says that Ash did a good job of raising Butterfree, and that Butterfree was a brave, strong, courageous Butterfree, and that was all because of Ash's training.
Yeah.
And then Ash says goodbye to Butterfree with a smile on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a really good way to finish out the episode. I'm sorry, my cat is going
Simba
ham
is
in
very
there.
distracting right now.
I don't know what she's doing, but she's fine.
I mean, I think he doesn't think she's fine.
She doesn't. She's not. She's okay. I have to like cat dad my brain.
Yeah, we're not
thinking that.
torturing her.
No.
She's fine. She's just not with us.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the episode.
Yeah, I think this was a fantastic episode.
No, I do too. Genuinely. Like I said, this is one I remember very well from when I was a kid. I remember me and my brother sitting down and watching it, and it was really good.
Yeah. Team Rocket was baked into the plot well.
Yes.
Plot was simple, easy to understand. Yeah. The editing is bittersweet, and it like pulls at the heartstrings.
Yeah, they didn't overcomplicate it like they have a few times in some of the early episodes. So, but no, it was good. It was good.
I will say, if we're gonna nitpick a little bit, I think I would have wanted this to happen maybe later in the series.
It does feel early.
It feels a little quick, a little too early.
Especially right after, because Ash traded away Butterfree in a few episodes
and like we didn't see him since.
And we haven't seen him since.
And then he comes in and it's like, oh, Butterfree mating season. And it's like, okay, well now I'm okay letting him go. Yeah. And like the montage was like a little short too.
Because there wasn't a lot to.
We haven't had that many Butterfree scenes.
Yeah. It would have made sense closer to the end of the season, I feel like. But
if you're gonna like justify it, Butterfree is like a weaker Pokemon. Yeah. And I feel like once you're getting like past like a couple gym badges, you might want to trade out your Butterfree for a different Pokemon.
They also needed to open up a slot for the Sabrina gym. And we'll get into that later. Yeah. But they did need to open a slot in his party.
For Krabby.
Yeah, for Krabby, definitely.
Krabby.
For Krabby.
Krabby's coming in.
Yeah. But, I mean, like you said, it's a weaker Pokemon. It evolves into Metapod at 7 and then Butterfree at level 10. We've already got confirmation Pikachu's at least level 30-something.
Something around there.
So it's not going to do you much good after that.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately.
And again, like we said, Ash wasn't even using Butterfree that much.
Yeah, yeah. So it does make sense to get rid of him, but it is a bittersweet moment, you know?
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else to say about episode 20, Bye Bye Butterfree?
I do not. Like I said, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Good episode. Even if we're going to nitpick it, good episode.
Very, very good episode.
We don't want to waffle and pancakes this thing.
No. But we'll move on.
Do you know that reference?
Waffle and pancakes.
It was like a tweet where someone was like, you can make a tweet saying, I like pancakes, and someone will say, oh, so you hate waffles. I didn't say that. That's a new sentence.
God, yeah.
And so I'm just trying to make sure people don't think I feel like this could have happened later. Oh, so you hate this episode? It's the best episode ever. Whoa, no. I didn't say that.
Calm down.
That's a new sentence.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that happens a lot on the internet, so thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
But
We don't want to waffle and pancake this. So, moving on to episode 21, Abra and the Psychic Showdown. It was released August 26, 1997 in Japanese and October 6, 1998 in English. So the first thing we're going to ask is, Ben, who was that Pokemon?
oof, this is a little harder. Depending on where the cut is, it could be a couple different Pokemon. I'm gonna go with Abra though.
Well, what was the name of the episode?
Abra and the Psychic Showdown.
It was in fact Abra.
That makes sense.
It's a little...
That's fair. They've done that before though, and it hasn't been the Pokemon for the name of the episode. I don't remember which one it was. There was one that was different and threw me off, and now every time I got to think about it. So
All
I don't
right.
know.
I've given you trust issues.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I remember watching this one.
I
watched it in the living room at my grandparents' place.
Salad.
It was on the big TV. And I think I also watched the next episode, but I specifically remember watching this one.
Okay.
With the Haunter and the creepy little girl.
Yeah.
Or more the Cadaver and the creepy little girl. Haunter hasn't shown up yet. Haunter's the next one.
Yeah. I remember like hearing about this one and it being creepy, being weird.
Yeah.
I'm a big I like horror, I like spooky things. So
Not me.
I know, it's okay. But that's kind of my thing. I used to work on a haunted house, so creepy things are my thing. So everybody was like, when they were talking about Pokemon episodes, they're like, "Oh, you must have liked this one," and I'm like, "I don't think I ever watched that one actually." So, but the next one I do remember, and that was one of my favorites. So.
I thought you're talking about liking horror things while you're wearing a Don shirt.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Ogrune's weird green
Yeah.
butt, just like looking like Frankenstein's monster over here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don, great show if you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
We watched it today.
Yeah, the newest episode of season 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was not a big horror guy growing up.
That's fair.
Like, I hated Halloween. I still don't really care for it.
That's fair. I always liked Halloween. My dad and I always did like eccentric kind of costumes, so it was really cool. When I was a kid, this is one that I remember really well, but if you've ever seen Yo Gabba Gabba, the robot Plex from that, my dad made like a whole costume. It looked just like it. It was really cool.
Brother, I was not expecting you to come out with the name of the thing. I was about to be like, did you remember the name? And you were just like, Plex, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I remember that? Yeah, no, that definitely was a really cool costume. My dad did like theater makeup and stuff for a while. He was a big theater geek, so was I. So he liked costuming, makeup, all that stuff. So we had a lot of those growing up, which is I think why I like Halloween so much.
Yeah, I just got the Party City, the costumes of some Star Wars character, and I stopped trick-or-treating when I was in 5th grade.
Oh wow.
I literally looked at my mom and I was like, "Mom,
I'm done.
We're done. I'm not doing this ever again." And honestly, she was like, "Thank you." She didn't like taking me out. She was like, "Oh, phew."
Well, I had younger siblings, so I went a little longer, and even like when I got a little older, and like we would dress up when we were handing out candy and stuff.
Your sister is also like 18. I feel like she would still go out trick-or-treating.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she does organized costumes every year now to like hand out candy. Yeah, she likes everything being like, yeah. She's my sister's something.
Yeah.
I know you know. But no, like I really liked Halloween, and that only got bigger as I got older and got into more like horror movies and stuff. And like I said, I worked at a haunted house, so it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
All right, enough about horror movies and stuff.
Yes.
Let's get into the episodes. So at the top of the episode, we see Sabrina in shadow holding the scary little girl, and she is seemingly watching Ash and the gang. And then we cut to Ash and the gang, they're lost in the woods, and then we get the "You Crack Mirrors" TikTok sound. Yeah. Which Misty has a fair point about Ash, where she's like, "You get lost in a mirror," and Ash is the "You crack mirrors."
It is definitely a good comeback. Like you've said, some of the writing in the show is a little iffy sometimes.
Yeah.
That was a really good one. that made me laugh.
They get Ash and Misty.
Yeah, they do.
I haven't said this yet, but I have been thinking this. The characterization in the show, they get the characters.
They do.
Like, Brock is motherly and very, like, responsible. Yeah. Ash is a little hard-headed, but, you know, he does come to the right conclusion at the end of the day. Misty, a little stubborn as well, and, like, she's a little oil and water with Ash. He's probably the oil, she's more the water.
Yeah.
And then, but, like, Ash and Misty do care for each other a little bit on like a sibling level.
We've mentioned the like sibling relationship before that
And that's
they
like
have.
perfect right here.
It is, yes. This is a perfect example of that.
So the little girl that Sabrina was holding is leading Ash off of a cliff. Luckily, Bulbasaur is there to save him. And then after Ash is all safe, we see in the distance Saffron City.
Yeah. All its lights, all its buildings. I mean, it looks really cool from over the cliff like that. Like.
And now we're gonna do a little bit of admin because we're trying to figure out this podcast and still trying to figure out the show. We're working the kinks out. Like we implemented the who was that Pokemon segment, and then we're trying to figure out like how much we want to like off the dome and how much research we want to do.
Right.
And there was like an idea I had during the Vermilion City episode with Surge, where I wanted to talk about like the geography of Vermilion City and how it relates to like Japan and its geography, because if you don't know, the Kanto region is based off of the Kanto region in Japan.
The first four regions are all based out of different areas in Japan.
And then other worldly places after that.
Yeah. So they all do relate to actual places. So it is cool to kind of dive in a little bit and see where these are from. I know in Generation 8, Pokemon actually partnered up with, I believe it was Birdkeeper Toby and a couple other like PokeTubers and brought them out to like the real life locations of where it was based on. It was really cool. A little. When
is it our turn? When is it our turn?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe Generation like 20. We'll be.
Yeah, we'll be there like. Okay.
When they do a region based out of the Midwest.
Brother. Unova too.
Yeah. It's perfect. You have your starter Pokemon, you've got the raccoons, the skunks, and the possums, and you're good.
All just like quadrupeds.
Yeah.
All right, give me like 10 minutes and we'll talk about some cities here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're starting with Pewter City, where I'm going to do like the big cities. I'm not going to do like the towns or anything. Yeah. So we're going to start with Pewter City. Pewter City, and pardon my pronunciations, Pewter City is based off of Maebashi City in Gunma, and there are lots of like archaeological sites there, so you know the Brocks and the stuff. And then Cerulean City is based off of Utsunomiya City in Tochigi. Utsunomiya is known for its gyoza. That is all I could find. I couldn't see any other trivia of like why. I think it's more like geography based.
Okay.
Like this is where it should be.
Yeah, they were really big on that in the first couple generations. Like Kanto and Johto are very true to what they're based on.
Yeah.
Later on, it doesn't
it's a
always
little
seem that way.
loose.
Yeah.
Okay. But like Cerulean's also like a kind of small city anyway.
Makes sense.
So yeah. So Vermilion City is a hybrid of Yokohama City and Yokosuka City, and then also a little bit of Chiba City in Kanagawa and Chiba prefectures, respectively.
Okay.
So geographically, it would be Chiba City, but there is a big port in Yokohama, and there's also a U.S. Navy base in Yokosuka. So
it's got the dock
St. Anne launches from the dock, that would be
Okay.
Yokohama. And then Surge is a U.S. military guy.
Right.
So Yokosuka would be explaining why he's there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I've always kind of wondered about that. So.
Yeah. And then Saffron City, which is where we're at right now, is Tokyo, specifically the Shinjuku and Chiyoda wards.
That makes a lot of sense that would be based on Tokyo.
Yes.
The biggest city in the region.
Partially.
Would be, yeah.
So this is the commercial and administrative center for Tokyo. It houses the busiest railway station, and Saffron has the magnet train station, and Silphco.
Yeah.
And then in the games, and then the city in the anime is just huge.
No, it's massive. And it looks really, really cool looking over it, like the way they do with
See all the very identical buildings with all the lights turned on.
Yeah. They're very identical buildings.
They look very identical.
They do. I mean, in the games they do too, so at least they're true to that.
Here we go. So Team Rocket rolls out the red carpet for the gang with hula skirts on. You know, they have the traditional Alolan greeting.
Yeah.
And they trick the gang onto this warp tile.
Yep.
And they separate the gang from Pikachu.
Ash got laid. I just said they put the lay of the Ash got laid.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Yep.
So warp tiles.
Warp tiles.
That doesn't have any implications at all on like
No.
crazy physics in
What
the
do you
Pokemon
mean?
universe.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be. I genuinely, it's just a game mechanic, and they're like, all right, well, we need a way to get them from A to B. Yeah, but they're here, which is very. I mean, if you're gonna throw weird magical elements in like that, the psychic gym is the best place to do that. But it's still weird.
I also think, like, when Ash caught that Krabby, we're bringing Krabby back up, the Pokeball, like, disappeared.
Yeah.
And so it's probably the same technology in the Pokeball that's in the warp tile.
That would make a lot of sense.
And it's just got to be bigger for the people.
Yeah. Yeah. I also think it's interesting that the warp tiles in this are, like, inside the buildings. It's kind of implied through, I guess this is later on, but Let's Go, Eevee, and Pikachu, that the warp tiles actually bring them to the ceilings of the other buildings in town. It's like weirdly framed so that it looks like it's on top of other platforms and buildings in those games. So I don't know. It's odd that it's all kind of enclosed in this. Yeah. But they do the warp tiles. Yeah.
Speaking of enclosed, the gang ends up in a doorless and windowless room, and Rocket has Pikachu tied up like it's Saw or something.
Yeah.
And then the little girl shows up and she freezes Team Rocket in place, and then she reunites the gang with Pikachu and teleports them all outside the gym.
Yeah, I was kind of playing a game with myself when I was taking notes and seeing how many adjectives I could add to the ghost girl. So creepy ghost girl, psychic creepy ghost girl, glowing psychic creepy ghost girl, and then it just kind of kept going through the episode.
Okay, so
every time she did something new.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, that was glowing psychic creepy ghost girl right there. Is what
I will throw to you whenever I bring up the ghost girl.
Okay.
So Ash wants to challenge the gym, but a random jogger warns him not to. And Ash challenges Sabrina anyway, and then they go into the gym, and all the people in the gym are psycho. Sorry, I mean psychic. They're like bending spoons and stuff.
They're trying. They're not very good at it, it looks like.
Yeah.
But nobody can be as good as Sabrina.
True. So a random just leads Ash to Sabrina, and then the conditions are if Ash wins, he gets a badge. But if he loses, he and the gang have to be friends with...
I don't have one here. I know, I'm the worst, I'm sorry.
He has to be friends with the creepy little ghost girl.
There we go.
And so Sabrina comes down, she's got the little girl, she's got all of her aura, all of her powers, and the lights come up, and they make a lightsaber sound effect for some odd reason.
Yeah, you said that, because I heard it, and I'm like, man, that reminds me of something. And it's whatever, and then you paused it, and you said, that was a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so right.
When I was a kid, in like 2008, on StarWars.com, they had a little soundboard, like, interactable thing that they had. Mm-hmm. And I would spend hours just listening to Star Wars sound effects. My ear is trained for Star Wars sound effects. I can pick it out like you wouldn't believe. So the second I heard a lightsaber ignition sound, I was like, I know exactly what that is.
Yep. No, that's exactly what it was. It was very out of place, I felt like, but I mean, that's what they used, so.
Yeah, and like, there's a lot of times where you'll like hear sound effects like multiple times. Like there's that one like, Inferno kind of sound that like it's always used in like, everything. They use it in Criminal Minds, randomly enough.
That's weird. I feel like I can like see myself picking out Star Trek sounds all the time, like the communicators or the door whooshing. You've never seen Star Trek.
Dude, okay. Oh. Okay, for you and the people at home, I started watching wrestling a year ago. When I get into things, I get into things.
Hard. Yeah.
And I'm not ready for Star Trek.
That's fair. You are the ideal audience. Like, you are the demographic for Star Trek. I hope you know.
I gotta hold off, though, man.
Yeah,
I gotta hold off.
I know. I was never, like, huge into Star Trek. My dad was for a while. And I watched a lot of it. I like Next Generation more than I like original series.
Whoa, hot take.
Sorry.
My guy likes Will Wheaton.
I do like Will Wheaton. Yeah, no, I find myself picking out that. And like the Wilhelm scream is another like really common one that a lot of people know about, that a lot of people use. It's almost a joke at this point because it's so overused.
Another Wilhelm bites the dust.
That's it. Yeah. But the lightsaber sound effect it's not one I've really heard anywhere else.
Outside
it was weird
of that.
Outside of Star Wars, yeah. So it was weird to hear it somewhere else.
So Sabrina sends out Abra and Ash sends out Pikachu. And Pikachu starts jaw-jacking at Abra. Like, I got no idea what he's saying, but he's just like, you, this guy, I'm gonna get you. And then Abra just sits there.
And does nothing.
He's snoozing. And Pikachu looks back at Ash like, I don't know what do you want me to do about this? What?
I don't want to hit him. He's asleep. What do I do?
Like, I'm gonna run into this dude. Like,
Yup. Yeah, that was definitely a very odd battle.
Yeah, well, Pikachu goes for a Thunder Shock, but Abra teleports away and then instantly evolves into a magician who will sue the Pokemon Company. I mean Kadabra. He evolves into Kadabra.
Yeah.
So, do we want to talk about Uri Geller?
We'll talk about it,
Because I did research on my guy.
Go for it, yeah.
So, Uri Geller, he bent spoons, you see, and Kadabra has a spoon. And that was the issue. Also, the Japanese name for Kadabra is Yungeller.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
but for years, they could not print any Kadabra Pokemon cards.
Do you know when that issue was resolved, Ben?
Like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like very recently.
Like very recently.
Like, this was an issue for like 25 years that they're like, we just can't do that anymore. Sorry. There are some Pokemon cards that don't get, or Pokemon on Pokemon cards that don't get printed because they're not popular. And there's some they legally cannot print.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I never thought that would be an issue. But because I had no idea about that until it was resolved a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it was like all over the news and stuff. What the hell are you
Yeah,
talking about?
they're all good now. He apologized. Everything's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, so
Kadabra uses his telekinesis on Pikachu, and he ends up winning the match, and Ash calls it, and then the team gets sent to a creepy dollhouse after being shrunken down.
yeah, right before that, in the actual battle, I just wanted to mention the weird lightning dragon that they make out of Pikachu's attack.
Yeah.
It was just very odd. I mean, it's something to do with Kadabra's psychic abilities working on Pikachu's attacks, but it reminded me more of like it was a Hadouken. I was gonna say it reminded me of something I'd see in like Dragon Ball over Pokemon, but it was really cool. I'll give them that. They knew what they were doing.
Hadouken is Street Fighter, Kamehameha is Dragon Ball. Just to make sure.
We all know this. That we do know these things.
Like, we're not saying anything incorrect. I just don't want people to think we're saying anything incorrect.
Right. My bad.
Like,
I didn't correct you on it before I said, but
they're both blue attacks that come from hands when you do this.
This move, yeah.
They're not that different.
They're really not.
So
then they end up in the dollhouse.
They're shrunken down. They're in the dollhouse, and this is a show about animals with special powers. And the psychic little girl is where I draw the line, because what the hell is happening?
The psychic little girl? You mean the giant gym leader, magical, glowing psychic ghost girl that we're talking about? Is that the one that you're referencing?
She's where I draw the line.
Okay.
Because, like, why do they get shrunken down? How do they get shrunken down?
Sabrina's psychic. And that's the only explanation we will ever get for that. That is it.
Like, do psychic Pokemon draw from the same, like, power that psychic people do? Are Pokemon just better at it?
I assume so, because earlier in the episode, I didn't mention this, but they do talk about how to raise a psychic Pokemon, you have to have a psychic ability of your own. And that's why the people in the building were training and bending spoons and doing the whole Matrix thing. So it would make sense that they do draw from the same power. And in the games, all of the psychic trainers have some ability of at least like telekinesis, because the Pokeballs are always floating or they're juggling them or something. But that's been a trend since Gen 1. Like every psychic trainer class has some sort of Pokeball that they're maneuvering in the air.
So then if I or you caught an Abra, why is it so easy to use in the games?
Well,
are we just better?
I guess we're just better.
We're just built different?
My theory, at least in my brain, is after you catch that Pokemon, you have a connection with that Pokemon.
And part of the Abra imprints onto you, and part of you imprints on the Abra.
Yeah. So that's why like Ash can understand Pikachu when he talks, even though he's not. You know?
Pikachu's not psychic though.
Well, no, but like, I'm saying that like there's that connection between the trainer and the Pokemon. And it extends into those psychic Pokemon. That's at least how.
The psychic Pokemon are just better at like channeling that energy.
Yeah, because they have to be. They have to have the telekinetic kind of connection.
Big brains.
Big brains.
Except for Slowpoke. He's just an idiot.
That's fair. I forgot he was a psychic type for a second.
Because literally I was thinking, I was like, isn't like Aber the only like psychic land? I was like, no, Slowpoke and Hypno.
Slowpoke, Hypno, Jinx.
God, Jinx was a psychic type.
Yeah, obviously Mew, Mewtwo.
True.
I'm trying to think of others, but I think that's really it.
Is Starmie psychic?
Yes. Starmie is also psychic.
So wait, Misty has psychic powers
Misty
too.
has psychic powers.
Because she has a psychic Pokemon. And if she doesn't have psychic powers,
that's how she keeps her ponytail the perfect angle constantly. That's all she uses it for.
To send out
it's an antenna. I like that.
Okay, so the random jogger shows back up. Let me guess, this is Sabrina's dad. I'm just throwing that out there. And then he teleports the gang to safety. And then Ash has to prove that he is worthy of getting help from the jogger by just touching the jogger through him, like blasting him back.
Yeah,
with
he
his
just
psychic
like
powers.
keeps charging at him. He's like, this guy.
Because eventually he does do it.
Yeah.
Because like earlier when Ash was talking to that rando who brought him back to Sabrina, he was like, well, my strength is better than your psychic powers. And he like proves it at the end by touching the jogger.
No, he does. He does.
He doesn't look good after it, but like he did it.
No. He did it though. I mean, that was enough to impress him. He's like, all right, fine. If you really want to beat him, the way to do that, or beat her. I don't know why I said him. But if you really want to beat Sabrina, okay. No, because they don't have genders yet. It's still Gen 1.
I swear they have used, I got really burpy there for a second, excuse me. I swear they have used gendered pronouns on the Pokemon.
Every time I've like thought about it, it's been because they're saying like it's or that's. They don't.
Okay.
At least from where I've noticed. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
But he's got a mustache, dude. Like, Kadabra's got a...
So does Gyarados, but they have female Gyarados.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Real world women have mustaches, Ben.
This is true. So why would Kadabra be any different?
He's named after Uri Geller.
Okay.
And he's a guy, as far as I know.
That's fair. I will give you that one.
So the gang get told about ghost Pokemon, and you should get one from Lavender Town.
Yes. And if you're gonna get one, why not go with the best one?
Get all 1/3 of them. Get all 3 of them.
Yeah.
All 3
I guess only
types.
3 exists right now. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that we had that whole conversation.
And that dovetails perfectly into episode 22.
22?
Called the Tower of Terror. Like that Disneyland ride that is different now.
Yeah, because they did
It's
the
Guardians of the
Galaxy
Galaxy
now.
now. And not
That's
based
true.
off of, what was that show? What's the...
Twilight Zone?
Yes, Twilight Zone, thank you. I blanked on that
you're
one.
welcome.
Because who remembers Twilight Zone? Who cares?
I do.
I'm sure
Again,
you've
the
seen
whole
all
horror,
of that.
I've seen most of them, yeah.
I've not seen a Twilight Zone.
I told you I like horror stuff, man.
I
That was
don't.
like...
All right, anyway.
That's a good one.
The Tower of Terror, not the Disney ride, was released September 2nd, 1997 in Japanese and October 7th, 1998 in English. Ben, who was that Pokemon?
Well, see, it's one of 3.
They've already, I will give you a hint, they've already used
done
Ghastly.
Ghastly. I did figure.
So you've got
know that.
1 and 2.
All right, I got a 50-50 chance here. I feel like they probably went with Haunter.
No, that was Gengar. Damn it! I will tell you, remember this for next time.
Okay.
Remember it was Gengar for next time.
All right. That makes sense because at the end, okay. All right. Fine.
So the gang goes through some fog and to get to Lavender Town, and Misty and Ash hold hands for a bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Poke shipping in this episode specifically.
It was cute.
And then Brock tries the whole he's like, come on guys, don't leave me behind. And he touches Pikachu's tail and gets zapped.
Yeah.
Right. And so Lavender Town is based off of Ushiki City in Ibaraki. And Ushiki features a large pet cemetery and a little park where you can feed small animals.
That makes a lot of sense that it's based on the cemetery. And in the games right next to it, they have, I think it's Route 12? But they have it's like a little enclosed area with like special like this is the only place you can find like a Growlithe, who's like a very like pet type Pokemon. So it's cool that they have a little, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's neat.
So Lavender Tower is treated like a haunted house when the gang shows up.
Yeah.
Because they're just kind of like, oh boy, we don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
And then you can, I don't know if they actually did this,
the episode.
but you can feel like the lightning strike behind it. This is like, here they are, they're at the place. Bats flying.
And they made a comment about, like, even though it's daytime, like, it got dark really quick when they got close to it.
Yeah.
Very, like, tropey kind of, like, oh, scary house. Like, ooh, spoopy.
And so Misty and Brock don't want to go in, and then Ash is like, okay, well, I'll go in. Pikachu, let's go. And then Pikachu just, like,
Also
whips out the sleeping bag. Just like, good night.
He's done.
And Ash, like, agrees with him, too. And he busts out his sleeping bag as well.
Yeah.
And then we see Team Rocket, who are already inside. And then they plot about how they're going to get Pikachu, and they get harassed by Ghastly. The second Ghastly we've seen so far.
The second Ghastly. Unless it's the same Ghastly, and this is just where he hangs out.
No, that other Ghastly went, like, off to heaven or whatever.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Yeah.
So the gang hears Rocket screams, and they run in to save them. And Charmander has to light the way. And I found this, like, really funny, like, detail where when Charmander shoots the fire, it has to say Char. Because he was going like, Char! And like we see like a shot of like the room. He's like, Char!
It's still going on in the back.
And when he stops, he was like,
he was out of breath.
he was like, guys, I can't keep this up any longer. Like,
oh, that's funny.
He was like gassed. It was so funny.
That's funny. I did not catch that. I don't know how I missed that, but I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And so we see Haunter and Gengar who are watching some Japanese comedy.
Like old slapstick comedy.
And this is a Manzai Japanese comedy. It's like two-person comedy. Now, Manzai doesn't seem to include slapstick. It's more like misunderstandings and very kind of Abbott and Costello, where it's like, who's on first?
And all, yeah, okay.
Well, I don't know who's on first. You tell me who's on first. Well, yeah, that's who's on first.
I'm telling you, who's on first.
Well, take the pick. Well, yeah, take this one. No, you picked the shovel. This is the pick. That's from Abbott and Costello, Meet the Mummy. I have seen that one.
I'm glad you've seen that one at least. Well, now I can make references to that you'll understand.
Hey, he's on fire. There's a slapstick in what Gengar and Haunter were watching, but there was a lot of like, I'm going to bend over and pick this up. Oh, something hit me in the butt. And it's just like the guy turning around and he had like a stick in his hand. He hit him on accident. Okay, and so more like misunderstanding with a little bit of slapstick added.
Okay. And you can definitely see that they are very much enjoying this, and later on in the episode they like kind of reenact some of it. Like it's
they
cute.
got like a comedy routine going.
Yeah.
This episode is very cartoony. Like
it is.
It feels like Luigi's Mansion a little bit.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad you said that too, because I was thinking that the whole episode. I'm like, man, this reminds me of like.
Because it's not like creepy or intimidating. It's more like goofy and like jovialer and using like traditional like Halloween-esque like settings, like a Hocus Pocus kind of situation, you know.
Hocus Pocus is another really good example. Yeah. It's not scary. It's spooky, but it's not scary. It is very comical in the way they use it.
Yeah. Horror movie is a scale. You have like Friday the 13th, Hocus Pocus. Fair. And we're somewhere in like here.
Yeah, we're very close to the Hocus Pocus side. Friday the 13th, that's the one you want.
That was the poll, man. I don't know horror movies.
No, it's all good.
I guarantee you someone in there was like, there's way scarier horror movies, man. I don't know.
I almost said it too, and I'm like, we're not gonna get into this.
No, please nitpick the hell out of me, Ben. Okay. It's not like you're my co-host or anything.
No, I'm not. What do you mean? That's not my whole job while we're doing this.
Yeah. So Ash and the gang get chased out, but Ash goes back in with Pikachu and Charmander, and Ash tries to catch Team Rocket, and like they're down in a hole.
Yeah, he doesn't know what they are.
Yelling like, oh! And Ash is like, oh, there they are.
That's the ghost.
There's a football down there. Yeah. It's Jesse on the hatch, like, hey.
Oh, yeah. That was amusing.
And then we see Charmander get licked by the Haunter, like we see in the opening.
Like we see in the opening. Yeah, I had that note way earlier. I'm like, oh, this is a scene from the opening because he sent out Charmander. I'm like, oh, it has to happen like right here.
Not yet.
And I'm like, okay, that didn't happen. So I have arrows like pointing lower down.
And this happens down here.
It's down here. Oh. Yeah, and then Charmander uses Leer that stretches out his face.
Yeah,
and, like,
I didn't know Charmander could use Leer.
He can. It's like one of the first moves he learns, but it's just a weird way to do it.
Yeah, Ash hasn't used Charmander a lot, so I guess that's why Charmander doesn't know that many moves.
That's fair.
I was more shocked, not with like the depiction of Leer, but more I just like didn't know that Charmander just had it. Because he's like, Ash has never used it. Ash is never gonna use it.
That's true.
That thing is going to replace with Flamethrower immediately.
I also, okay, this was me being a dumb little kid, but I never used like status moves and stuff as a kid,
None of us did until we became like 18.
Leer is a normal type move.
Yeah.
I don't know how it interacts with ghosts, if that's even like a thing that you can use on it.
I don't think it would work, actually.
Yeah.
So Ash just...
didn't do anything. It's
the
not...
idiot. Which it didn't, because Haunter just laughed it off, literally.
Quite literally. Maybe that's why.
He's laughing.
Maybe that's
because
why.
He's like,
haha, you're stupid.
That doesn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? He doesn't feel the defense going down.
Yeah.
Or normally, Pokemon would feel their defense going down. Like when Cubone used it against Pikachu.
Right.
He was oh, my defense is being sapped. Pika. What?
Yeah.
Pikachu, make a silly face back at it. Call back to episode 4.
Yeah. And they kind of do the same face too. Like they pull the but just long face.
So Gengar shows up, and then he and Haunter act like the duo on the TV.
Gengar.
Ben is really basic, and his favorite Pokemon is Gengar.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, the other one is Toxtricity from Gen 8.
I have a picture of him on the fridge.
That, Ben.
Yeah, but you can't. I was pointing out so you can see it.
Ben, I look at that fridge every day when I'm going to get food because I'm fat and a lazy guy, and I just want my food.
That's fair. I have a picture of Toxtricity that my sister colored.
We also have a Manaphy as well.
We do have a Manaphy because that's her favorite Pokemon.
I do not get representation on the fridge in my own apartment.
She's making one for you. It just hasn't happened yet.
So Gengar and Haunter act like the duo from the TV.
Yeah.
And Ash calls them unfunny, just like our comment section.
Hey!
The comment section doesn't exist yet.
No.
We're still backlogging stuff, so I'm just saying that preemptively.
Because we like self-deprecating humor.
No, I just know how YouTube comments are.
Well, okay, that's fair.
I already know.
You do have experience with that. I understand.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about my voice, and they're probably roasting you about something. I don't know.
Oh, probably. Well, because I was filming you while you were writing with your feet. It's the only time I've been in a video with you so far. So.
No, you filmed me running.
I did film you running. That's true. I like the feet video more though, and I had to bring it up.
Heard here first. He likes feet videos. Anyway, Ash and Pikachu.
It took me a second to register what you said. Thanks, Devon. Thanks for outing me like that.
So send feet to this guy, Discjockeymonkeyboys.
Please don't send me feet.
Ash and Pikachu get crushed by a chandelier, and Haunter pulls their souls out of their bodies.
It's actually pronounced chandelure.
That one hasn't been invented yet.
I know what you're talking about.
We're going to tangent here for a second.
Oh, okay, we're going to tangent.
I watched that video of Joe Hendry pulling Pokemon cards, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, let me tell you something. The Pokemon went downhill with the chandelier Pokemon.
Okay.
Let me go. Let me cook. I thought about this today on my walk.
That's fine.
Gen 5 is always where I hear that's when Pokemon went under. They have the ice cream Pokemon. It's got the chandelier Pokemon. It's got other Pokemon.
Garbage.
It's got garbage.
Yeah.
Gen 5, famously, all have parallels with the Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yes.
So, explain to me how it's like, oh, Charmander, it's such a great Pokemon. Oh, Magikarp, such a great Pokemon. Fish. Reptile. Oh, Reptile with a little bit of fire on the end? What's the difference between Litwick, the live candle?
Yep. But candle's a real thing, and lizards don't actually exist. I don't know what you're talking about. Lizards aren't real things.
Oh,
that they
the
can take
little
inspiration
ball
from.
with the magnets and screws. That's better.
The magnet Pokemon. Magnets are a real freaking thing.
Yeah, and that's somehow more superior than the little electric eel thing, Tynamo, whatever the heck Tynamo is.
Yeah. It's an eel. I guess it evolves into an eel. It's
more
just
of an eel.
fish.
It's just like a sardine kind of guy.
Yeah, it's a sardine.
But everyone wants to just dogpile on Gen 5 for having the boring designs. But it's like, they're all references to Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yes.
So...
You have a pile of gunk as a Pokemon in Gen 1.
Spell its name backwards and come back to me and tell me that it's not dumb.
Yep.
I'm talking about Muck, by the way, if you couldn't gather it.
No, for sure.
And, like, that's the Garbodor parallel.
Yeah. That's exactly what that
like,
is.
It's water pollution,
Land
regular pollution. Yeah.
Yeah. No, all of the... I was going to have the
And
same
then coughing
argument,
and wheezing or air pollution.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we've got
trifecta.
we've got all the pollution going on, but everyone
Land, air,
hates the garbage for some reason, specifically.
Yeah. I always like Garbodor and Trubbish.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty cool.
It's actually pronounced Garbodor.
Garbodor.
Ben.
Okay. Garbodor. It's fair. Is that another one that, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me that mispronounces that one. But.
And that's one that I've heard before. So
Okay.
you're fine. You're fine.
And Rayquaza? Is that how you say it?
Okay, we gotta talk about Rayquaza. We gotta tangent again to this Rayquaza bit, where me and this guy were arguing about how to say Rayquaza. It's Rayquaza because Quasar.
Yeah.
He thinks it's Rayquaza.
I do.
And then our friend Gage is like, don't worry guys, I can solve this argument right now. Pulls out his phone, pulls up Google Translate. Like, that's gonna help with a made-up word.
Of course it will.
And the robot goes, Rayquaza.
Rayquaza.
Like, that's not it. And I still think about Rayquaza, even though this happened like a decade
This is
ago.
literally a decade ago. It's so funny that you bring that up still. That memory is just ingrained into my brain.
Because it was like such a big fight between us.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can solve this right now. It's like, no, you can't.
No, you really can't. But then Pokemon solved it this year at the thing.
The 10-year-old Jewitz video, man.
I know.
The 10-year-old Jewitz video. That's why I say Rayquaza.
Rayquaza? It makes
Quaza.
sense.
Excuse me, I said it wrong.
No, you
Quaza,
said it right.
Quasar.
What do you mean?
No.
We're gonna get way off topic here if we keep doing this.
Ash is dead.
Ash is dead.
Pikachu is also dead.
Yep. They turn him into ghosts.
They
and
are
they float around.
ghosts. They haunt Brock and Misty.
And now they're a part of the comedy routine.
Yeah, they're part of the comedy routine. They're playing with Haunter and Gengar and Ghastly.
Yeah, and they go
Ghastly's got a little swing.
Yeah, he's
swinging
got a
around.
little swing. Yeah. And then they go out and they mess with Misty and Brock because they're still outside.
And then Brock and Misty have to go investigate what happened to them because Misty's like, I swear I heard Ash's voice.
Yeah. Yep. So they run in, try and save them, and they just come across the lifeless bodies.
They're like crushed by a chandelier.
Yep.
And then the ghosts, as we find out, they just wanted to play with people. And they didn't really want to scare anybody. Like, they have all these toys in their little basement or wherever.
And then they like try to trap them in the basement with other ghosts because they can finally go through the walls and come down to their little room. Yeah. It's really cute. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
And I know I have a soft spot for Gengar, obviously, but like, it was so cute.
Yeah, they're just like little pranksters.
They're just guys. They're just little guys.
So Misty and Brock think Ash is dead, which technically he is.
Kind of, yeah.
And Misty is so relieved when Ash's soul gets back to his body.
Yeah.
It's
again with the Poke shipping.
Yeah,
like,
these two are getting closer.
yeah.
Like, we're gonna get a lot more like Misty and Ash, maybe a little bit of a crush for Misty's sake. Ash doesn't know what the hell's going on.
No, but
Because there's
he's a boy.
There's this comic I saw a while ago where it's like Ash being like, there's no Pokemon here. It's just a bunch of naked girls. Come on, Pikachu, let's go.
I also saw that.
That's essentially what Ash is.
Yep.
That is
Through
usually his
all of the seasons, he does the same exact thing. They always try and ship him with the female like protagonist and it's always
Or
the same
in that
thing.
Latias that one
Or
time.
the Latias, yeah. Latias?
Get away from me. We are almost done.
We are almost.
Ash walks away without capturing a single ghost, and he believes that the message of the episode was that his humor will help him beat Sabrina.
Yeah.
But as he's walking away, Haunter follows behind, and Haunter's going to join us on the mission, but Ash hasn't officially caught him.
No, he is not, but he's going to help.
He's tagging along.
He's tagging along for the Sabrina fight.
Yeah. And then we see Team Rocket tied up to the carousel.
Yep.
That Haunter and Ghastly have, and Gengar. And the episode ends.
And then the episode's over.
These last two episodes were odd. Like, they had a filler feel to them, but we're covering, like, important game events.
We are.
Like, we're doing a gym, but, like, we're not playing it straight for any reason.
No. We're not. This is also, I think, the first time it's broken up a gym into multiple episodes. Because Surge was just one, Misty was just one, Brock was just one.
And, like, we haven't even resolved it yet.
Yeah.
Like, this is a three-parter.
Yeah. It also didn't help that we were drinking a little bit for these episodes.
Yeah, we like almost had a bottle night between this. We had like 3/4 of a bottle of wine between the two of us.
Wine gets me drunk very quickly, so this was fun to try and take notes. My handwriting is god awful in this one.
Yeah, my notes were on my phone were like unreadable.
Yeah.
I really wanted that night to be over. I was like, I'm so tired. And these episodes are not good enough.
I was like almost falling asleep at the end of this episode. Like, I gotta power through this.
I gotta write notes about this haunter, man.
But it was a lot of fun though. And I genuinely, like I said, I enjoy these episodes a lot. The two that I had seen before are two of my favorites. One, again, solely because Gengar, but I like Gengar, so.
Yeah, not bad episodes at all today, but these last two just a little odd feeling.
Very, very different, so. But it's October now in the English release. They're trying to do spooky stuff. I can't remember exactly where this lays in the Japanese release.
The September.
Okay, so like beginning of spooky season,
which they don't really like have that. I think like Halloween still happens. I've seen Halloween in like anime before. They definitely know it's a holiday.
Okay,
but it's
not as big as it is.
Not like as organized of a thing as it is like here in the States.
I get that. Okay. I don't know what else to say.
Okay, I think we're done.
Okay, I think we're done.
All right, so go ahead and follow us on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok at Unknown Origins, and make sure to do your homework for next time. We're going to be covering episodes 23, 24, 25. We're going to get the end of the Sabrina fight and a little bit of other extra things. Yes. I think something having to do with Primeape.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's the last one. Yeah.
We're going to cover.
That'll be fun.
So you can follow me at DevBrev on all platforms. Watch my solo YouTube stuff. I should be putting out videos. Ben, where can they find you?
Discjockeymonkeyboys, anything music related around Ohio, we're your guys. So.
All right, so then until next time, trainers, gotta watch them all.